heaps of people were kind of like, that's a really cool idea. You should make a thing of it. So one day I sat down at home with a beer and I just sat there. I bought Dogecoin.com. That's a bit funny. And I slapped the Doge face onto a coin and just put it live. And I wake up the next day to heaps of retweets. And my co-founder, who's based up in Portland, had messaged me and said, hey, I found that you can change I forked the Bitcoin source code or the Litecoin source code, and you can change the font to Comic Sans. I'm like, ooh, okay, we got to do this. Like, that's hilarious.
Let's move on to Bitcoin, shall we? That's a virtual
Bitcoin has now almost overtaken
an all-time high this week of $900. Now, at its peak, if you have invested $1,000 a year, you have to
Hey everybody, Chris here. Welcome on a Monday. Anybody get a little scared today? A little scared? While we had some dips in the crypto market today. Yes, there was big sell-off happening and then recovery. And now, as I'm just starting, we seem to be heading back down just a little bit. Yeah, a sale, right? A sale. Anybody get in the 12s? I saw somebody on Twitter said they got 12.69. They got some Doge at 12.69 right there. Yeah, so last night Doge was following my red line here, and I was like, well, we just seem to be following the red line. And I was like, wow, that seems to be pretty boring, right? Just following along. But then overnight, dipped down, and then we had a big drop. The drop was more in Doge than anything else today, though, because Bitcoin did not have that big drop there. It was just Doge right here. So that was odd. But we were recovering back fine, and now we seem to be selling off again. So there seems to be something that is a little more particular with Dogecoin at the moment. Bitcoin is at 66.1. Yeah, Bitcoin's kind of selling off a little bit right now too, actually. So, right. Anyway, we'll be watching that and see whether a recovery holds or not. I did buy some crypto this morning. I'll show you what I bought. It was not Dogecoin. It wasn't Pepe either. And if Bull Run comes on, we'll talk about the Pepe that I didn't buy and why I didn't buy it, because just odd things with crypto.com's exchange that just, I don't like it. Anyway, so we have that, and we got some stories. We also have the 4-year cycles to look at again. And have you lost faith in crypto? Think that we've already hit the all-time high for this cycle, and it's all just going to go down from here? Because there are people who believe that somehow. Anyway, we'll be covering all of that as well. So let me drop down here into the corner. Yes, we will have 8 Ball a little later. We'll have story time a little later as well. Right now, it is just Kriss time, so welcome. Monkey Chain, looking forward to that 8 Ball. Hey, Mario. Joe says, sale. Buying those tasty dips. Don't panic. Hello, Tadranko. Jose asks, what's a good crypto wallet? Well, I have a link below for Ledger, and Ledger is what I use right here. This is my Ledger. It is a Nano S Plus that I use here, which is the least expensive Ledger because that's all you need. You don't need to, you don't need the X. Bluetooth. It's like you don't want Bluetooth on a crypto hardware device. Or the new Stacks thing, which is even more expensive. And it's just like, no, you don't need to be trading on Ledger Live, doing any of that. It's a wallet. It's a wallet for storing your crypto, not for doing all the other stuff. Safety first, guys. Safety first. So if you're looking for a good wallet, I recommend the Ledger because that's what I use. And I only support exchanges, products that I actually use. I get contacted all the time from all these companies that want me to be an affiliate with them or do marketing for them or promotions for them. And you know me, I don't do that stuff. I don't do that stuff. It's just what I use, what I buy, what I support. That is what I talk about here. So, but happy to answer your questions if you have any. Cheers, having a beer. This is the first of many because we will have the Boston Celtics basketball game later tonight. So have some people coming over and we're going to be having a good time rooting on the Celtics. Unless you're in Texas and you're a Dallas fan. But that's okay. That's okay. That's sports. I thought I was done for today. You bought some at 12.9. And yet, that's how it works, right? And I was watching the charts, and I had two price targets on two other cryptos. One was Sui, one was Pepe. And we talked about Pepe on Friday, and Bull Run was all excited. Hey, Kriss is going to buy Pepe. So let's do the Pepe story first. If Bull Run comes on, we'll take another look at it. So here's Pepe right now. And I said I was going to buy Pepe in the 10s, right? In the 10s. That's my target for buying Pepe. I'm not going to buy it higher. I'm going to buy in the 10s. And this morning, Pepe is drifting down, drifting down, drifting down. And it gets down in the 11s. And I'm like, okay. So I get my crypto.com, app up. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to buy when we get into the 10s. So you can't do limit orders on crypto.com. And again, the reason I use crypto.com for that is because you cannot buy Pepe on Coinbase and you cannot buy Pepe on Robinhood. Those are the only two exchanges that I use, except I do have a crypto.com account. So I got crypto.com all loaded up. And I'm looking at this chart here of how Pepe is trading on Binance. And this is what I see. And I took a picture of it. This is what I see. So here's Pepe on Binance. And this was, wow, it's almost the exact same price now. 11.48. So it's 11.48 and it was dropping down here. It's dropping down at 11.48. So I get my crypto.com and I go and I click on the live button there. It gives you the price that you're actually going to buy at. And it says 11.93. And it's like, wait a minute. And this is one photo I took of my phone up against my laptop with another phone. And the difference between 11.48 and 11.93, that's a big difference. And this is what I was telling you guys about crypto.com is like, it's a ripoff. It's a ripoff. Now, if you think that Pepe's going to the moon, the difference between 1148 and 1193, and you're like, I'll just go ahead and buy it. I mean, that's what I did with the bone token before. But here I was like, no, I'm not doing this. So I did I did not buy it. So, and even at noon today, Pepe did drop down into the 10s on Binance, but it did not on crypto.com. So I didn't buy that. What I did buy, and I hit my price, was on Sui. So on Sui, my price was 89 cents was my target price. And where does that come from? That came from this chart here, because Sui had dropped down and hit 89 cents in that big April drop that happened. Remember the World War III, Iran is sending missiles towards Israel, and there was a huge drop of Sui, went down to 89, but then traded back up. And then as it traded back down through April, the rest of April into May, it came back and it hit 89 cents again. Traded right back up, $1.14, $1.16. And I was like, okay, now I've got my June money. If Sui hits 89 cents again, I'm buying. And this morning, it hit 89 cents. So I bought more Sui. So I've added that. Now I already owned some Sui. So my average is now this $1.38. So overall down, but because I had that other Sui from like $1.60 before. Bought that way too high, but that was the time when I had the money. I bought some. So I averaged down by buying at 89 this morning, and I'm already up on this, up to a little bit, because it's at 91 cents now. So I bought that. And then this afternoon, I came across this article on X about Velodrome. And there was some U.S. House representative guy who made it public that he bought some of this morning. And I had looked at this before on Coinbase, but it was doing terrible. I mean, it was just like it had this big run back here in March, and it just sold off. I mean, it was up at 34, 36 cents, and it just sold off all the way through April, all the way through May, and right into June for Velo. But this morning, and I've been watching it, but this morning, or early this afternoon, I saw this post and I was like, okay, I'm going to buy some. So I bought some here at 1160 and now or 1060, and it's up at 1180 now. So I'm up like already 10% on what I bought right there. Didn't get at the bottom, but I didn't see the news until here. But overall on the chart, that's a pretty good buy-in price. I think confirmed that the uptrend was there, and that's going up. So that's what I bought. Doge, I did not buy Doge on the dip this time. I had already bought some at 12.49 last month. Did not buy any this time. And did not get any Pepe either. So that's what I was doing today. So I did get some on the dip, just not Doge. All right, so what's going on with Dogecoin? Well, we're going to look at two things on Doge in just a little bit. One of them is X payments, and X was mentioned. And then the second is when is Dogecoin going to hit $1, according to ChatGPT? Because somebody posted an article on that. And I'll probably do another video on that later this week, just on that. Toss, do you own Velo? And you picked up some Jasmi. Cool. Do you own Velodrome, though? I am now a Velodrome holder. Yes. Not a lot, but I'm in the game. And it was almost like it was free money, so I bought some. Oh, by the way, you reminded me of Jasmi. For those interested in Jasmi, it is now a top 50 cryptocurrency. Yes, Jasmi just hit number 50 in coin market cap. And it has its eyes set on moving up to 49. It's pretty close. So, Jasmi moving up. It was out of the top 100 like 2 months ago. And now it's a top 50 coins. That was very exciting on X Twitter today with the Jasmi family, all celebrating this up to number 50. And I think it's just going to keep moving up. You know what's not moving, though? Dogecoin, still number 8. Hanging out. Still number 8. It's going to be a while, guys. But even with the big dip, still number 8. So, Doge is just there. You bought Velo at 17 cents on its last run up to 39 and then watched it drop. Right. Okay, so I'm in at 10. And we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, if it goes to 39, I'll sell. I'll take my profit from 10 to 39. That'll be good. We'll be watching that. Anyway, so Dogecoin, number 8 cryptocurrency here. Hanging out okay. XRP's actually had a good couple of days, surprisingly, which is odd for XRP to do that. So the gap is a little more here between Doge and XRP. But it'll flip. It'll flip. Just give it time. All right, so Doge has pulled out of this little dive that it's been on and is now coming back up. So we can talk Dogecoin recovery now. I couldn't talk about Dogecoin recovery with all these red candles showing up. So green candles back, Doge recovery. See if we get back up to my red line here. That red line is my target. So you bought at 12.96. DCAing Mars. That's the game, right? 12.96. Mav staying alive? We'll see, Ron. We will see. When is it going to go back up? Right now. Right now. Buy low, sell high, Matt says. What's up, Charles? Doing good. It's a Monday, but it's good. We're good. I don't need this right now. I need my money for vacation. Well, you know what I was saying about summertime, Ryan. You know what I've been saying about summertime. This is not the time we're going to be making huge profits, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't see any bull run anytime soon either. Not right now. But it's coming. It's coming. Another Mavs fan, Boss Mac. Yeah, you're talking to a Celtics fan here, though, so. But that's why they play the games. We'll see what happens. Kevin said there's a high chance Doge will go down to 10 cents. Kevin. Well, Kev can say what he wants, but I don't see it. And I've got a Kev Capital chart to show that he had posted before he made his comment about 10 cents, but I don't see 10 cent Doge happening. If it does, yeah, that would be a great time to load up. I just don't think we're going to be seeing it. Damien says, I think we'll see 10 cents before we see 17 cents. We will see. We will see what happens. I think there's going to be some excitement around this ETH ETF and see what happens with that. And I've got a chart to show you on that, where it looks like the whales are loading up on ETH right now. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Will Doge go to $1? If yes, when? I'm going to cover that. Give me 5 minutes and we'll get to that. Because AI knows something. Dennis wants to see Doge below 10 cents. You had your chance in February. What is it being so happy about this if it's not all-time high? That's not how it works. You got to wait. Hey, Jason, you got some more at 12.7, not 12.69? You didn't hit 12.69? Patas picked up more Jasmi. Jasmi is going places. If it goes to 10, I'll buy. We'll load up. Are you disappointed? I'm not disappointed. This is pretty close to where I thought it would be. So not unexpected. We can talk about AMC, AWOL. Talk about AMC here. I did not load up the stock chart. Let me get that here. Let me get that loaded up on the stock chart. GameStop dropped about 12% today. The shareholders meeting did not go according to what we all thought would happen. AMC was down about 2%. So it is below $5. Adam Aaron, if you saw his post today, said that they had their biggest weekend. They had their biggest weekend of the year this past weekend. Early summer, that happens. School's out, most places. A lot of people buying movie tickets. But the stock still went down. So I do not see AMC going over $10. In fact, $8 may be pretty tough. It still has some good volume of trading, but I think what we saw with that craziness we had back on the 14th was an anomaly. We're not going to see that again, in my opinion. So I think that's about it, AWOL. Just not going to be great trading on AMC, I don't think. No, I mean, if you buy at $4.89 and it goes to $6.89, that's a couple dollars a share profit. I would book it. If that happened, I would just book it. I am all out of AMC. I sold at 12. I took my profit at 12, and that was awesome. That was the day to do it. I didn't buy any more. Now, I did buy some GameStop, though, to ride the GameStop wave. And I'm a little down on the GameStop, but going to let that play out for a bit. If anybody was in Workhorse, I told you guys on Friday that needed to get out because of the reverse split that happened over the weekend. Yeah, now this is showing weird. It was down at 15 cents. The reverse split went up to $3. It was a 20-to-1. And then it traded from $3 all the way down to $2.21, down 25%. So I hope nobody is in Workhorse. I completely got out of the remaining Workhorse stock I had on Friday for a big loss, but I was not going to carry it through a reverse split. And that's typically what you see happens, and it happened. On that, MicroStrategy was up. Coinbase had a great day until the afternoon, but it recovered just enough to stay in the green this afternoon. So that's the overall stock view of things. Kevin says there's a possible chance for 10 cents, then this is 100% the floor. Well, I just don't see it going down there. But I know what Kev said. I saw it. I saw it. Hit the like button, Jason says, everybody. Appreciate that. Like button, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And we'll get into the Doge news, overall news in just 1 minute. This is the calm before the storm, Teodoro says, when Twitter approves crypto and Doge is on. Boom. Rumor ETF will start. July 2nd was the date I heard. It was July 2nd. But we'll see. AMC was mirroring GameStop a bit, yes. Good opportunity to load up on SHIB below 2. Yep. Yep, it hit 19. And here it is still at 19. 1942 for SHIB. It did drop down into the 18s at noon today. You can tell the crash is affecting Kriss. He's been negative about all projections lately. I've been negative because that's the way things are going. But I'm still smiling because it was totally not unexpected. And we've been talking about summer months for quite a while leading up to this. Oh, then 13 cents is the floor. Oh. So you don't think it's going to go down just because Kevin says so. Okay. We'll show that in a minute. All right. So let's get to the news here and what is going on. First, Ali Chart says that if the price of Bitcoin hits 67,450, then there's going to be over $19 million liquidated in shorts up at this level. $19.5 million at that level. Some big short positions will get liquidated. So, and he posted this like early this morning, like 10 hours ago. And that was before, I mean, the price of Bitcoin at the time was like 66.2, and Bitcoin went up over 67, liquidated some, but didn't quite hit his target level of when the big liquidations will occur, but that's going to come. I think that's going to come, and we're going to see Bitcoin over 67.4. Not that much higher than here. But what that meant was that there were liquidations. And just in the past hour, there still were $300 million in Bitcoin liquidations. 200 on the long, 100 on the short. The one that surprised me was Cardano. Cardano liquidated 200. Is that right? 200, 200,000. The Bitcoins was, 300,000. 200,000 on shorts. Not quite the 19 million yet. But Cardano, $200,000 just in the last hour on shorts liquidated. Now we go to the 24-hour and we can see that there was $57 million in ETH liquidated. 44 million in Doge. So Doge had over $43 million long leveraged liquidations happen over the past 24 hours. That's a lot of people betting on Dogecoin going up from 13.7 where we were yesterday, and instead wiped out by that dip all the way down to 12.6. Millions of dollars of leveraged positions. So we talk about leverage a lot on this channel. I never trade with leverage, and I hope you guys don't too. We've got story time coming as well, which will be another reminder. What are you doing trading with leverage? What are you doing? All right, so this dip that we saw was really, again, another flushing out of leverage longs, and especially Dogecoin. Dogecoin dropped more than Bitcoin, a lot more. Doge is down 5%. Bitcoin is down 0.25%. And that was because there was heavy leveraged long positions on Doge, more than just about anything else except ETH. Look at that. $43.88 million in leveraged longs liquidated on Dogecoin. And then what you see what happens is it hits a low, right? It starts coming back up. And when it gets back up to a certain level, people start entering new leveraged long positions. And so what happens? Again, this just happened the other day. And here we go again. It's coming back down and is going to wipe out those new leveraged positions. They're going to get wiped out. And we can see it in real time here. Here's a Doge right there, $1,000. And I'm sure a big one will come up here if Doge drops a little bit more. Leverage positions just getting wiped. That's what most of this up and down trading is. Leverage. So we have that. Here's Kevin earlier before the 10-cent prediction. The macro top target for Bitcoin, and this is Bitcoin dominance, is still 57 to 60%. Always has been. Bitcoin and ETH dominance is also rising as people capitulate out of the other memes and other things and come back home to the real crypto world. So we have both Bitcoin dominance and ETH dominance going up at the same time, which is interesting. Usually they're inverse because it's a battle between ETH and Bitcoin. Now we have both of them going up. We also have, again, 4-year cycles. 4-year cycles. 2013, 2017, 2021. It is not 2025 yet. It's still only 2024. So preceding the all-time highs was always a sideways channel. Always had a sideways channel. We are in that sideways channel now. The year of the halving, post-halving, before the big run. So what we've just seen leading up to now, in my opinion, was not the big run. The big run is still to come. Still to come. Ethereum, Dogecoin lose gains, but analyst says that Bitcoin is not done until $300,000. That's right, $300,000. target for Bitcoin in 2025. So we have a ways to go. And I know you see the chart today and you see the big dip and you get all worried. Although a lot of you are like, I'm just going to buy the dip, right? And how low does the dip go? Yeah, monkey, they're wiping out leverage positions. That's all this is. Just dropping down, just wiping out more leverage positions. I'm not worried. Ryan's not worried. So that's what's going on. We also see, according to CryptoTab, Whale sold over 50,000 Bitcoin between June 5th and June 15th. At the same time, they bought over 700,000 ETH in the last 3 weeks. So on the Whale side, there does seem to be a bit of a transfer happening out of Bitcoin into ETH in anticipation of the ETH spot ETF, which is just a couple weeks away before that thing is targeted to start. So, and with ETH, we also think that that's going to help out also everything associated with ETH, including ETH memes, which would mean sheep, Pepe, could also go on runs. So something to watch for. So here's Kev Capital on Doge. And again, this was posted before his 10-cent recent price prediction. The big picture is, again, looking back in history, back to 2020, and seeing how Dogecoin has been trading very similar to what happened back here in 2020. And this price action that you see in yellow here is pretty realistic. That means we could go through July. He's got this yellow line here is mid-July. And then he's got this one in November. But he thinks there's going to be a big run on Doge happening in the September-October timeframe that's going to get up to about 90 cents. Not going to make $1. But that's just mirroring that fractal from 2020. What happens in 2025? That's a different story. We'll get to that in a minute. So, also, fun little thing, Dogecoin founder chooses Bitcoin over Doge. Again, just a fun little story here. This is, of course, our friend Billy Marcus. And the joke was CB Doge, Dogecoin or Bitcoin, just asking the question. And Billy says, I would rather have one Bitcoin than one Dogecoin, to be honest. How about you? What would you rather have? Would you rather have one Bitcoin or one Dogecoin? Billy, of course, being funny there. Makes for a fun little story, though. Yeah, that's a tough one, isn't it, right? That's a tough one. So close. So, ChatGPT. ChatGPT can be fun, right? When you first started asking ChatGPT about price predictions, ChatGPT used to say, I am not able to give predictions. I can only look at what's happened in the past, those kinds of things. But now we've got ChatGPT actually answering the question. The exact date for Doge crossing $1. There were a whole series of like questions that led up to this, but this is the meat of it right here. ChatGPT agreed to attempt and predict the first plausible date for Dogecoin reaching $1. This is what everyone wants to know, right? I'm going to make a whole video on this, but you guys here in the live get to hear this first. The AI estimated that should the third quarter of 2024 see steady growth in the crypto markets, which I'm predicting, which is really more going to be the end of the third quarter into the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter might lead to unprecedented adoption of digital assets. Such a timeline could lead to an initially slow, but then continually accelerating rally for multiple cryptocurrencies that could turbocharge Doge, enough to cross above $1 by June 1st, 2025. So they give you all this prelude about like fourth quarter 2024 adoption run, and then they say, yeah, but it's not happening till June of 2025, a year from now. A year from now. Can you wait? Here's the detailed timeline. Of course, the AI repeatedly warned that even should Dogecoin cross above $1, the true challenge would be holding the price, right? Because there's going to be so much selling and shorting and all of that going on with Doge. So we know that. That's going to be a challenge, and ChatGPT certainly does recognize that. So the detailed timeline. Q3 2024, market begins to stabilize and grow post-halving with increased investor interest and institutional involvement. That all does seem to be happening, although July and August are still summer months, but I don't know what this ETH ETF may or may not do when it starts trading. So we'll be watching that. Q4 2024, continued adoption of layer 2 solutions. That's going to be, again, on top of ETH mostly. Integration into mainstream financial systems, positive regulatory developments. And we also have an election in the United States going on here that could, crypto is on the docket there for the election. Definitely is. So early 2025, increased institutional investments, retail adoption, significant social media campaigns, and endorsements for Dogecoin. And then in the spring, market momentum builds up, driven by a combination of technological advancements, regulatory clarity, and growing adoption. And then in June 1st, 2025, Dogecoin crosses the $1 threshold. ChatGPT, hypothetical road Doge might take to reach $1. So that's it. Can we wait? Are you patient? I mean, we don't know yet what's going to happen with Twitter on X, right? However, Linda Yaccarino in an interview did talk about payments coming, starting in the United States. And that X is going to transform the way millions of users engage with each other on the platform. We are actually redefining what users will come to rely on. The scope of our vision, pace of innovation at the company is like nothing I can describe. And then she does go on to say, again, that Elon's goal is for X to become the everything app with a myriad of technical features allowing users to connect in different ways amid abundant amounts of inflation will dovetail with payments soon. Payments. Once we launch payments, we'll start in the US, the financial system that will emerge on the platform. That is when it's going to emerge. So we are waiting. We know that X continues to obtain money transmitter licenses. And Elon, a well-known Dogecoin devotee, has signaled that he wants the feature to primarily involve fiat currencies, but it's reportedly being built in a way to support crypto payments in the future. So, like I said before, and this was like 6 months ago, don't get disappointed if payments start on X and there isn't Dogecoin on there yet. It's a complicated thing. It's not easy. So we have to wait. As Jason says, patience is a virtue. Yep. Patience is a virtue. Dogecoin has pumped in the past when Musk discusses Twitter payments functionality, but his firm has never confirmed plans to integrate Doge. But he's given out a lot of hints, hasn't he? He's given out a lot of hints. So that's the latest. And we just have to wait. Dogecoin, Solana, and XRP are the top ETF contenders after Ethereum. Yes. Dogecoin, a Dogecoin ETF, really? We talked about this last week. But here it is in another article. Could there be a Dogecoin ETF? What would that do to the price of Dogecoin? Interesting. We'll revisit that. We do have Dogecoin just trying to hold on to 13 cents now, guys. Just trying to hold on 13 cents here. Ugh. Jason loves the liquidations. Pat's still saying Doge to 7 cents. Pat's one of the big bears here. Understood. Bull runs are getting shorter every cycle. Do you still think the top will be in 2025? Don't know, Matt. Again, we'll be talking about layering out, taking profits, and not waiting, because I'm not going to miss out. I don't know. Weiju sold my 2023 Mazda for $20,000 and buying more as it dips. Trading a car for crypto. Look at that. There's somebody who is betting on the crypto market going up. Hey, if you have a car and you don't need it, right? If you live in a city where you can use public transportation and get around, not bad. Today's bounce hit the 200. Oh, did it? I didn't check the daily. There it is. Right there. This white line right there is the 200-day moving average. And it did hit it. We were talking about that on Friday as a possibility. I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought we were going to just follow this red line up. But we didn't. Pat, I understand where you're coming from. This is not a great looking chart. And I agree. We broke below this purple triangle. And then we've had the red triangle, and now we've broken below it. Not a great looking chart. I see that. We have all this liquidity down here in this purple box. We talked about this on Friday. Right below 12 cents, down to about 10 and a half. So will Doge enter that purple box? The blue line is 12 and a half cents. So this is that whole area we're watching now right here. But yeah, Pat. I mean, this is not a great chart from 17 cents all the way down to 13 here. And that's only since 26th of May. But cryptos don't always just go down, though. And the chances of it hitting your price at 7 cents are pretty low. Pretty low. And even Kevin's 10 cent is going to be pretty tough to reach, in my opinion. Now just trying to hold on to 13 cents here. But thank you, Damien, for pointing that out about the 200-day moving average. I had not looked at the daily today. It could also be stock market. Nvidia keeps going off. Profits will be taken and then move into crypto. I never see a really big narrative between stocks going into crypto or crypto going back into stocks. The only time I do see that is when crypto is going into its 4-year cycle of bear market. People are getting out of crypto, and then they're putting that money into the stock market. But the rotation out of the stock market into crypto, I haven't heard a lot about that. People probably do it, but I just don't hear a lot of that. So, yeah. Sell all your Doge. Wow, a perma bear, Pat. Teodoro, I want it now crowd shouldn't be buying crypto. I know, because then you're going to go chase those tokens and you're probably going to get burnt. Most likely. Yes, the market is a transfer of wealth from the impatient to the patient. Once X payments is announced, I'm sure Doge will get a rally. If Doge is not mentioned or included initially, don't be upset. When Doge retraces, that's usually how it goes. Exactly. And we will expect that. When X payments launches, we'll see a big spike in Dogecoin's price, even though we know Doge isn't going to be on there first. And then, yes, and then Doge will come back down in price. You can almost guarantee that. So everyone, did you learn your lesson? Whenever every channel talks about dreams, especially cheap ones like this, you do the opposite. Yeah, but sometimes you hit it right, though. Right? Sometimes you hit it right. And I've done that a few times. Haterade. There's some of that. Yeah, tough times a little bit. Yeah, not a good looking chart right now for Doge. Hey, Vigard, how are you? I have not heard anything official about Doge 1 yet. We'll keep you informed. Still waiting. Okay, Pat, we get it. You lost $70,000 listening to so-called crypto experts. I'm selling everything and will never touch crypto again. Well, you weren't listening to me. You weren't buying when I said to buy, because I'm up a lot. So just saying. And on top of that, I still believe that we are loading up for this. This big move still to come. But you can sell all your crypto and you can go put it all in the stock market and you get your 10% per year. That's fine. You can do that. I'm waiting for this. I'm still a believer in the 4-year cycles. But you do you. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I'm doing, right? So if you bought because somebody on YouTube told you to buy, well, that says more about you. So, yeah. So, Pat, I mean, you just have to look at the decisions you made. What did you buy? When did you buy it? Under what sort of scenario? But 90% of my crypto is all in the green. And I own like 28 different cryptos. I've been buying for the past year and a half. Got a few of them that are down, but most of them are up. And I always post on X when I'm buying. I bought Velo today, up on that. And I bought Sui, 89 cents. That was my price target. See what it's doing now. What is Sui doing right now? It's at 90 cents. So starting off good. See what Velo's doing. Just because they're new, I tend to look at them more. Up to 11.6 and I bought it 10.6. So up on that too. So when everything's in the red, the two new things that I bought are still in the green. Doge does the opposite of Kriss's predictions. No, actually, I'm over 90% correct on my predictions. So month of May, I almost hit it, spot on. That was just last month, almost spot on. It had my end of month price actually on May 29th, 2 days before the end of the month. You can't get much closer than that. And last October, when I was calling for the breakout, it broke out. In February, when I was calling for a breakout, it broke out. So, Steve, I don't know where you're getting your data from, but now in June, I was predicting more sideways action than what we've got so far. True. True. But we got a long ways to go in June still. But I admit, not a great looking chart. Yep. But we have patience and we look at these as then being buying opportunities. And I'm not saying Doge is going down to 10 cents or 7 cents like some of these other perma bears we have here. If Doge goes to 10 cents, like Kevin's saying, I will admit I'm wrong. But if that doesn't happen, I will say I'm right. I will say I'm right because it's not happening. We're not going to get below this purple box here. I've looked at it. I've looked at the liquidity. I've looked at the trading. I see what's there. Doge is not dropping below this purple box. So, again, I just tell you what I see. And I think it has a low chance of even getting into the purple box. But if it does, it's not going below. But when it comes to deciding to buy crypto, that's on you. You make that decision. I tell you what I'm doing. I tell you what I see on the charts. I don't tell you to buy crypto. I don't do that. So, anyway, I am also a renowned analyst. Yes, Tuss. I am also a renowned analyst. Yeah. This is nothing like last bull market. Yeah, last bull market was weird. But again, looking at the 4-year cycles, 2020 at this point in time, nobody was talking like we are in 2024. These expectations of these big prices. That last bull market really didn't start to happen until the fall of 2020. And we're not even there yet in 2024. That's why I think all of these bearish predictions are just way too early. We're still too early in the cycle. So you tell me in December that things are bearish, then I might believe it. But until then, I'm still going with the 4-year cycles. Exactly, Mike. Why is everyone still bearish? It's like 100% up. I know. We were buying back in October at 5.8 cents, remember? And that's when I bought a crap ton of Dogecoin, and that's when I predicted the breakout. And I've got the video on my channel. You can go look at it. Had my descending triangle, had it all set up, and I was like, we're buying. This thing is going to break out. It's on my YouTube channel. It's all there. And on October 19th, it broke out. So that's what we got. Yeah, don't listen to Logan Paul, that's for sure. Oh, God. Bears are funny. My gains have been gone for about a week, waiting for a bounce. Again, that's short-term thinking, Tim. On this channel, we have longer-term thinking. You can't think in terms of you're in a week. Crypto cycles are years. And also, yes, Davey, it's funny. People are saying Doge is dead. Still a top 10 coin. Just under 20 billion now. It's 19 and change, right? But still, yeah. Doge isn't dead. And there's also been some other good gainers like Jasmi. Yep, I'm up 10x on my Jasmi. Again, was buying it last summer. Told you guys I was buying Jasmi last summer. We even bought some into our Kriss DCA portfolio, which I didn't open. No one's asking about the Kriss portfolio here. Let's see where we're at. Look at that, $24,000. Again, all these bears, but yet I only put $10,000 in this. And even with all this negativity, it's still up 140% at $24,000. And we're not even in the big bull run yet for this cycle, in my opinion. I mean, you can't argue the numbers, and you can't argue the truth. Up 140%. So, yeah, and the Jasmi is up 900% right there. We just bought a little bit of Jasmi, didn't buy anywhere near enough, but still, even with that 125,000 Jasmi, it took an initial purchase of like $500, and it's now worth $4,600. From 500 to 4,600. And not even a year's time. So whoever said that all of my predictions are wrong, you should have been with me last summer, because we were buying all this crypto last summer. And it's going to go a lot higher. When X Payments adopts Doge, all your Doge you buy now will be more valuable, increasing your buying power on X. Wait till people start buying Teslas with Dogecoin. That's the big thinking, right? That's the big stuff. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen next week. It's not going to happen next month. All of you who want these immediate gains, there's other YouTube channels you can go and you can listen to those guys. They'll steer you down the wrong path and you will lose your money. This is a longer term action here that we need. The whole narrative and the whole philosophy that I've been talking about, again, is all based on the 4-year cycles. And I've been saying it month after month, year after year, the 4-year cycles, which is why last summer we were buying altcoins at the bottom of the bear market. Render and Jasmi and Doge at 5.8 cents. We were buying Dogecoin. Now, I've continued to buy Dogecoin since then because I do believe in it. And yes, I did buy some at 15.3 cents, and now we're just under 13. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Price still going to go up. Just not today. So I get the negativity. And again, like I said earlier, for those just joining, this is all about leverage trading. Taking out the people who are trading with leverage, liquidating those positions. We had it on Friday, and now we have it again today. Taking out those positions. What happened on Saturday? Nothing. Right? Just as I predicted, flat, right? What happened on Sunday? Nothing. Started to move a little bit Sunday night, but it was more positive. But look, here we were. Let me go to the 1-hour chart. This is exactly where we were on Friday, right? In yellow, this is what I predicted would happen after we'd already come down here to 13.2, right? It would come back, retest it, then come up and go sideways. Exactly what I said. If you don't believe me, my 4.5-hour live stream is on my channel. And you can prove me wrong. But this is exactly what I said would happen, is that we would have sideways trading over the weekend. And look at that, completely sideways through the weekend. But now, here we are Monday, and taking out more leverage positions, particularly leverage longs, and more on Dogecoin, like we looked at on this chart, than anything else. Doge, over $40 million of leverage long positions taken out today. Let's see what the biggest ones were. We didn't look at the biggest ones today. 100,000 ETH, Solana, ETH, Floki, Pepe. A lot of ETHs. Some big ETHs earlier today in the millions of dollars on ETH. Wow. A lot of big numbers. So for Doge, there just must have been a lot of little ones, a ton of them to add up to $40 million. But that's what we see. I have Jasmi. Yes, it's up 10x. Well, again, Jasmi, last bull cycle, there were a lot less tokens, right? It was much more volatile. The market cap was so low. You can't compare Jasmi today to where Jasmi was in 2021. Tezos. I don't follow Tezos, Armando. No idea. Exactly. Still early. That's what I've been saying. Some of you guys just want this instant, like, rocket ship to the moon. It's like we're still early. What do people buy on X? Nothing right now. Eventually, there's going to be Shopify integration because they already have the partnership set. And we don't know what else yet. That is all to come. That's all to come. We know there will be tipping. We know there will be able to be ways to make payments on any kind of thing. That's the beauty of it, though. It's all to come. We don't know yet. For the TA guys, Doge has bullish divergence on the 4-hour. Weekly Doge RSI is at the absolute bottom. Price consolidating above bear market resistance and is still above a 200-day moving average. Brandon says all of that looks good to him. Again, this is all leverage, guys. This is the exchanges, the market makers taking out the leverage positions. Same thing we were talking about on Friday. Price starts to recover, more leverage positions are opened, and this dip wipes them out. Price starts to come back up, more leverage positions are opened. They see what you guys are doing, so what do? Bring the price back down to take that out. Same thing that happened on Friday. Exactly the same thing. Here we are again. It's not a coincidence. I'll make that yellow, like what we had on Friday. Same thing. And then what's it going to do from here? Most likely, let me pull this over. Most likely it's going to do something similar, although it's not a weekend coming up, but it's going to even out, do something like that. It's just taking out the leverage. It's the older leverage, now taking out the newer leverage. This was bad on Friday, yes, but there was so much leverage. Satoshi Nakamoto says Bitcoin could roll over from here and the bull market is over. Yeah, then what are you doing here? If you believe that. I don't believe it for a second. We've talked about the liquidity. We've talked about the market cycles. I don't know what else I can say. But if you believe something different, you have the right to believe that. You want to sell everything and miss out on potential life-changing wealth, you could do that. I'm planning on making millions of dollars in this market, and I'm not going to miss out on it. That's my goal. It's all doom and gloom right now. People will FOMO when it's back up. That's true. Absolutely true. You can be buying a lot more Dogecoin right now at 12 cents if you have belief. But if you wait until the FOMO kicks in and Doge is up at 17, 18, 20 cents or beyond, sure, you're on board buying Doge, but you won't have as much Doge if you buy it on the dip. Last bull market, Doge was already up 300x. That is not true. That is not true. You look at the Dogecoin chart. In June of 2020, and it's not up 300x. Nope. You could get Doge in June of 2020 at like 0.002. I think that was the number, right? Yeah, 0.0025. So no. Be careful when you start talking about things that aren't true. And then in July 2020, we had the little TikTok pump. Doge went up and it came back down. The people who are bearish are the ones who didn't buy before the March pump. Damien, that's pretty true too. Yep. You could have bought 8-cent Dogecoin then. 7.5, 8 cents. People are wishing it goes back down there, but that's not how it works. Why did Doge turn down? Because I just told you, leverage. And if you think Doge is garbage, what are you doing here? It's not. It's leverage, guys. It's just leverage. There's a lot of leveraged longs that were open on Doge, and the exchanges flushed them out. That's what this trading is. Doge isn't any different today than it was yesterday. Biden spent $50 million on an ad campaign. Wonder what that's about. I don't believe most of what his administration puts out anyway, so. This is true. What Satoshi says here is true. There are way too many meme coins. Finding a good one is likely finding a needle in the haystack. In fact, I said that exact thing on Friday. I said needle in a haystack. True. True. You think whales are dumping and taking the profits, then we'll buy low again? There is some of that happens, but this is more about leverage. But there is some of that. Yep, the portfolio is proof, and I just keep calling it up. And my personal portfolio is in right about the same position, 150% up. And sitting here right now in June of 2024, that's okay with me. It's in a good position, and I'm still buying crypto. Every month, I'm still buying crypto. Doge has a big community, well known. Elon Musk loves it. Many positives for Doge. The bears just keep coming up with the same things against Doge that never changes. I don't get it. You sold some of your algo. No, you sold all of your algo to pay for your upcoming Greece trip. Thought it best to take the hit. Still rooting for you. Might buy back. I know, I'm holding on to my Algorand. I'm just about break even now. And that's tough. So many gains in Solana and others, and I made a bigger bet on Algorand. Yeah, that's tough. But I've made a lot of Algorand with staking. So in the past year and a half, I've accumulated quite a bit of algo with the staking, and I'll just continue to do that. I see a lot of good progress happening right now this summer on the development side, and we'll see if that plays out once the real bull market hits. I'm not selling my Algorand now. Last bull market, everything was flying. Not at this point. Not in June of 2020. No, everything waited until the fall of 2020. That's when the bull market started. We can even see a little bit of it here with Bitcoin here. 2020 was flat. And then in the fall, it took off. We can probably look at even Dogecoin, right? And we can look at Dogecoin's price, which is easy to do, what happened in 2020. For those that don't believe, and again, this wasn't all set up, but you can do that very quickly here. You can see how Dogecoin performed in 2020. Pretty much sideways. So here we were in June 3rd, 2020, price of Dogecoin 0.00258. Doge was just going sideways. July had this little TikTok pump, went up to 0035, and then came right back down to 0025. Now you tell me what part of 2020 Dogecoin is any different. You're saying 2020 was already pumping. No. 4 years ago, Doge was not pumping. That is not pumping. Dogecoin didn't start pumping until December, and we can pull this over and I can show you. Right there. Right around Christmas time. That's when Dogecoin finally started to move in 2020. So if you're comparing Dogecoin today with Dogecoin 4 years ago, that's the chart you need to look at right there. 2019 into 2020, Doge just went sideways. I don't think you know more about Dogecoin than me. Just saying. That's why I do this, though. So Dogecoin was not flying yet. Did not fly until December of 2020. Most people who bought altcoins are in a loss this year. Well, not if you bought it. If you bought Doge in January and February, again, when I was showing you on the chart that there was this descending wedge. Go back to the wedge again. It's all on my charts right there. And you can look at my videos as I was tracking all of this right here. Before the big run. This was Dogecoin from January 1st through February. And right here in February, that's where I was calling the breakout, right there. And you could have been buying Dogecoin at 7.5 cents, 7.8 cents, right there. I called that the bottom, that little white circle right there. And it's in my video from January. You can see that. That was the bottom. Yeah, we touched it a couple more times. But that was the bottom for the year. And I called it then. 7.5 cents. But yeah, you could have been buying Doge here. And I had that. That's the same wedge that I had back in February. And I called the breakout. And what did Doge do? So if you think that you're in a loss for Doge, that means you FOMO'd in and you didn't start buying until Doge was up here. Yeah, I agree, Jason. I'm going to stop with him. Because I don't know how further wrong he can be. You were around during the last bull run. When can we expect retail investors to return to crypto? Will it be after the summer? Absolutely. It's not going to be the summer. This ETH ETF too, again, it's all internal to those in crypto as well as institutions. So it'll have nothing to do with retail. Nothing is happening with Doge for retail. So that is going to be fall at the earliest. We have a ways to go. Retail is not into crypto yet. So we wait. Yeah, Davey as well. I doubt anything happens in summer. Yep. And I've been saying that for months. Where do I see Doge in August? About where it is now, VGuard. It's going to be somewhere between 12 and 17 cents. It's just going to continue to up and down, up and down, up and down. Just like it did back in 2020. Same thing. Jack's going to wait for 6 cents. Well, you'll just have your cash inflating away, waiting for some 6-cent Doge price that'll never come. DCA starting now, Ryan. There's some good dips here. Elon did say he's working on the new Tesla master plan. Will Doge be part of that? Who knows? Patrick bought another 5,000 worth at 13s. More it stays down. And bull runs here. I was close to buying some Pepe today, but I didn't. Yep, it's going to be a dead summer. And I've been saying that for a long time. Shorts and longs getting liquidated. I know. They hit it big every now and then. And then what happens, right? You go for it again and then you lose. And then you got to go scrounge up some other money to start again. You're waiting for the big crypto dump before even thinking to buy. I don't think there's going to be a big crypto dump this summer. I don't think so. Tesla is an AI company, not a car company. True. AI is going to need fast payments. Crypto is the answer. Elon likes Doge. There may be something there. Tedward says, demoralizing to see Doge dipping. Still have faith. We'll get back to 20 cents end of the year. Yep. If X payments does not get approved in the next 6 months, do you think there's enough of a narrative for Doge to go back to all-time high? I think it needs X payments. Shell, I think it needs X payments to get back that high. It can follow Bitcoin and probably get up into the 30s, maybe 40 cents, maybe 42. But you won't see 70 cent plus Dogecoin probably without X payments. How about Polkadot and Aptos? Polkadot, I have no confidence in whatsoever. Nobody uses it comparatively. Aptos is growing. Aptos just has terrible tokenomics. Every month there's more tokens that unlock, and it just puts a drain on the price. I owned Aptos for a while and sold for a profit and moved it into SUI, is what I did with Aptos. SUI just had its last big unlock, and we're past that now. Aptos, right? Aptos. Number 27. Yeah, so Aptos still only has 450 million Aptos tokens with a total supply of 1.1 billion. So they're not even half, not even 50% of, oh, let me get this out of the way here. Not even 50% of the total supply of tokens is in circulation. So they continue to unlock every month more and more tokens. That does not help the price. That's the challenge with Aptos. It's a challenge with a lot of others too. Arbitrum has the same thing. Optimism has the same thing. I bought both of those as layer 2s, not realizing the severity of the unlock schedule on the tokens. But I still hold those. I sold the Aptos. Arthur Hayes thinks Aptos is a great project and is going to do great things. So if you follow Arthur Hayes and you believe in his narrative, Aptos is probably a good place to be, but it hasn't performed well. It had this big pump here in March and then sold all the way back down. Because there was this giant token unlock that happened, and it killed the whole price action for Aptos. The chop. Yep. Right. Eventually all the longs will get wiped and then they'll come for the shorts. Yep. The price will come up, spike up, take out the shorts, and then come back down a bit. Yeah, I just showed what happened in 2020 with Doge. We're still early. Jill, I don't know anything about Myra. Not a project that I follow. Myra. What is Myra? There's two Myras. There's a Mytheria Myra and there's a Myra Myra. There's another Myra AI. I don't know which one. This is the one built on Solana. $2 million market cap, very small. Looks like it was made in January, had a big pump up to 1.5 cents, dumped all the way down to 0.0006, pumped up again in March to 0.008, and then has just tailed off. That is not a good looking chart. Yeah, I wouldn't touch this. No life changing wealth buying a top 10 coin. Well, you can ask people who bought a lot of Solana last fall what they think about that. And Solana did a 10x. Personally, and you guys know, I don't just hold Doge. I've got a big portfolio, 25 different coins, and holdings in Jasmi and Render have done great. And even buying things like Velodrome today, right? Didn't buy a lot, but again, it adds to the portfolio. And if that does a 10x, you just more and more, it all eventually adds up to life-changing wealth. So again, not buying, you buy some today, yes, to add on, but you're not doing the life-changing wealth buying today. We were talking about it last summer. Where were you? Because that's what I was talking about, and I've got the videos to prove it. We were talking life-changing wealth then, as we were buying Doge at 5.8 cents. We were buying Jasmi at 0.0036. And we were buying Render at $1 something. BlackRock owns 477,000 of Bitcoin. They will control it. BlackRock is holding that Bitcoin on behalf of the users of its platform who bought the ETF. BlackRock doesn't control it. They hold it in custody for their customers. George at Cryptos R Us never says that correctly. And a lot of people listen to him and they think it's not BlackRock. No. They just custody it for their clients that are buying the ETFs. You've been holding for 3 years now. Can't wait. Wish you could buy more. But you've got vacation monies. Hey, you got to live, right? You got to live, just like Toss too, you know? He's got his vacation coming up. So, yep, you got to live. I'm working on it, Satoshi. I'm working on it. You'll see. I can't wait to make that video probably a year from now, and you'll see. Mark my words right here on June 17th, 2024. I will make that video, and you'll see. To quote Michael Saylor, there is no second best, there is Doge. You know, Michael Saylor's coming around to the fact that there is Ethereum and other cryptos. He has recognized Ethereum now. So it's not just Bitcoin. Yep, the Donald is pro-crypto. He met with the Bitcoin miners, CleanSpark and Riot, I think it was, who explained to him the whole technology behind Bitcoin mining. And he's on board. Doge is Bitcoin's best friend. And the Bitcoin maxis, a lot of them just don't get it, that Dogecoin last cycle bought in so many new users into the crypto space. And that's when Doge went crazy, early 2021. So if you're looking at the 4-year cycles, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. The 2017 cycle for Doge, Shale asks. Doge was pretty dead back then. There was not a lot of trading of Dogecoin. But we can look at it on CoinMarketCap. You just call up Dogecoin. It loads up the chart. We click all. And then we take these little sliders here and you can slide them. And you can see what trading in a particular year looked like. So there is 2017. So started out at 0.00023. So there were 3 zeros. By June, it was 0.003. So there were only 2 zeros. So it went up a 10x. A 10x gain in the first half of 2017. But then after that run, looks like it trailed off, grabbed a zero back briefly in September, and then went sideways at like 0.001. But then the end of the year, this was the time Bitcoin was going absolutely nuts. Bitcoin went up to $20,000. Doge actually reached a penny. So it did another 10x here at the tail end of the year. Pretty crazy, crazy year. And then it fell off a cliff after that. So that was 2017. And again, if you're looking at the 4-year cycles, that would be the equivalent 2021 and then 2025. We're still in 2024, so we're back here, the year before the bull run, the real bull market. So yeah, I get it, Satoshi. You're not buying right now. I'm just buying little bits now on dips. A little bit of the Sui dip and this Velo thing that I bought today. Again, just adding where I think the greatest potential is now, not the wealth building, because the wealth building stuff I already bought and I'm already up 150%, expecting much bigger gains to come. And so now I'm just adding on dips. Doge father. Yeah, I already told you 2020 was not it. 2021 was DeFi summer, not 2020. Only chance to buy a big dip is a black swan event. Most people don't react when it happens. That's true. You got to be ready. Dogecoin this week, sideways. That's about it. You would buy more Doge if it falls under 10? Well, good luck waiting. Dogecoin will double easy and higher. It's going to take a while, though. Not this week. Plan to do some DCA and then hopefully sell off half when I'm back in the green. right? A 4 or 5x from here is life-changing wealth if you stacked during the bear market. Exactly. Exactly. It's amazing, and I never realized this before until now that I have a lot of crypto and I see the percentage gains, what the difference is in dollars when you have a lot more in the market. The more you make, the more each percentage gain is in real dollars. Well, you could get life-changing wealth from here if Doge hits 60 cents. Right. A lot of people say it takes money to make money, but again, when you buy in at the right price, right? Again, a year ago, I bought a little over $10,000 of Jasmi. 3 million Jasmi. And now that's worth over $100,000 for that Jasmi. So from just over a $10,000 investment to now having $100,000 in Jasmi. And we're not even in the real bull market yet. That's just one example. Yeah, you've got a big bag of Jasmi too. And what do you think Jasmi is going to do from here? You're waiting for the rest of the world to get allowed to buy crypto. Not too many countries are totally against it. Bull run, let's short the market. Doge still a good buy at 12 cents. Hey, Ryan, how are you? Got back from a 2-week vacay. Looking to add Jasmi, hoping it gets back below 3 cents. Don't know. Well, if you're still buying Bitcoin, I mean, Bitcoin is still $66,000, right? Again, if Bitcoin doubles in price from 66,000, that takes it up over $130,000 of Bitcoin. People will be celebrating in the streets for $130,000 Bitcoin. Dogecoin at 13 cents doubles, and it's 26 cents. Nobody's celebrating in the streets for 26-cent Dogecoin. From this point to the top of the bull market, Dogecoin will outperform Bitcoin. I truly believe it. And just that example right there is all you need to hear. To double your money here, Dogecoin goes from 13 cents to 26 cents. Nobody's happy with 26-cent Dogecoin. We all expect it to go higher. But Bitcoin going from 66,000 to 132,000, that's a huge deal. I'm not buying Bitcoin right now. I'm buying alts for a larger percentage gain. That's just me, though. Purple box. So the purple box is, let's go back. I got to do the 4-hour chart, sorry. So the purple box here on Dogecoin is from the top of it is the low that Doge hit on May 1st, 12 cents. The bottom is the high that Doge hit on December 10th, 10.7 cents. So this whole area here was only touched once. And that was on February 28th. Doge went right past it. And so you've got all of this area of price action that Doge never came back and revisited. Is that purple box. So that's why I believe if Doge does drop below 12 cents and gets into this purple box, there may be a little trading there, and then it'll take off right back up. It will not come down to 10 cents. That's the purple box. Meanwhile, Doge is following my yellow lines. Pretty close. All right. Magic 8 Ball. Anybody got any questions for the Magic 8 Ball today? Magic 8 Ball. Somebody's been waiting with questions. The Magic 8 Ball. Yeah, thank you, Jason. Hey, look, when I see wedges and see triangles, I put them on the charts and I keep them there. They're all in my videos. Look back at the liquidity, see what the trading is. Will the Mavs win today? That is a good question. Will Doge lead alt season? Aha. Got to keep it crypto related here, Rob. I can answer your question about the Mavs. Any other questions? James has the question. All right. Will Doge lead alt season, Magic 8 Ball? There's our question. Will Doge lead the alt season? Magic 8 Ball says, outlook good. Outlook good. I don't know if you can see that. The camera can't really see it. Outlook is good, guys. That's what the Magic 8 Ball says. I like that. The outlook is good. The Doge is going to lead alt season. All right, story time now. We got the 8 Ball out of the way. Time for story time. Time for story time. And we go to Coinfessions. And the story is, invested the last 4,000 I had to my name last year in Injective and Fetch, and turned it into $15,000 in 8 months. So that's just about a 4x. So Injective and Fetch were two of the big darlings of 2023. So he was in the right place. He was in the right place. Then he made $85,000 within 2 weeks with leverage trading. So turned 15,000 to 85,000 with leverage trading. And this is where leverage trading gets you in trouble, because you think you're invincible, you can't lose. And what happened to this guy? And then lost everything in 1 day. Lost it all in 1 day. What's the moral of the story? It's not only win in leverage trading. Leverage. And even now, we've got continuation of leverage getting wiped out. And you can just go to coinglass.com, and you can see this chart yourself. And you can see the leverage positions being wiped out, because that's public information through APIs that these exchanges have. So they see your trades, and the market makers work for the exchanges. They don't want you to win. So they are going to take you out. Now, they don't take everybody out. People do make money doing it, but it's like going to the casino. Like, how many times are you going to keep going to the casino? Over time, you're going to lose. That's just the way it is. And some of you have heard me tell this story way too many times, but we see it again and again and again. And we see it on the charts. Again, we saw it on Friday, the big dip on Friday. That's what we talked about. We showed those huge leveraged, over leveraged positions in ETH and WIF. Somebody had a $700,000 leverage position in WIF that got liquidated. It's like, what? And today it's Dogecoin. Not big trades, not any big trades, just a bunch of little trades on Doge. $40 million in Dogecoin leverage trades wiped out today. The exchanges do not want you to win. So keep that in mind. That's what we've got. Drinking the 8-ball fluid makes you see the future. Yeah. Ugh. I've seen this movie before. Yep. Charts do tend to repeat themselves. And we are right now in this area where people are getting greedy. People are getting impatient. And yet another Alex who just doesn't have a clue, but you can believe what you want to believe. It's funny that it's over and it is, well, it looks like Toncoin just passed Doge again. So we're still 9th. But Doge will be back above Toncoin again. They've kind of been battling it out for a week, back and forth. Oh, Tom's going to open up the whole can of worms here. What price is everyone looking to load up? You put that out there and all the bears come out with all these unrealistic low prices. But hey, go ahead. What price everybody looking to load up on? Pepe's number 3. Still number 3 behind Doge and Sheeb. I doubt it's going to catch Sheeb, but you never know. But I kind of doubt it. Overall, crypto bubbles are, I mean, People say Doge is dead, but I mean, everything's down. Except XRP somehow is up a little bit. We talked about that earlier. But everything else is red, guys. And compared to Doge, down 4%, WIF is down 9, Floki's down 10, Sheep down 6. That Notcoin thing is down 13. Brett's down 10. Doge not doing so bad on a day like today. So Leo, that's good. Didn't know about crypto last summer when I was talking about wealth building. Will you be doing the same at some point in the next bear market? Probably. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. This is fun. I'm not buying crypto in 2026, I'll tell you that. Or 2025. I'm not buying any crypto. For 2 years, I will not be buying crypto. I'll tell you that right now. I will continue to DCA on a monthly basis into crypto at least through the summer of 2024. And then we'll see what happens this fall. When does alt season really start? When do the markets really start to take off? And at that point, I'm not buying any more crypto. That's my plan. Just waiting. But 2025, no. 2025 is when I'm taking profits and selling crypto. Not all of it, but taking profits. In 2026, bear market, we'll do it all again. And we'll be talking about when's the time when we're going to hit the bottom, what's going on, and then we'll start talking about wealth building again. So we'll get there. But thanks, Leo. My videos are all on my channel. You can go watch them. I did a wealth building one in December, and then the previous one was sometime, I want to say late summer, early fall. I don't exactly remember. Cardano is a meme sandwich. The only meme token I know on Cardano is SNEC. And it had a lot of hype originally, but like no one's building on Cardano. We might have to buy all of 2025. That's not the 4-year narrative, but people will still do it. The 4-year cycle of YouTube videos. I should just repeat the same ones, right? 4 years later, I should just repeat. I'll be here too, Leo. I'll be here too. Has everybody subscribed? Has everybody subscribed? And you'll see those with their names in green in the chat. Those are the ones that have joined the channel. That's not the same as subscribing, but I appreciate the subscriptions. I'm getting almost 8,000. I did pass my 1 millionth view for all my YouTube videos. 1 million views, that is an achievement, unlocked. Unlocked achievement on YouTube for Kriss Pex. Million views. So next goal will be 10,000 subs, and we'll just keep growing from there. But if you want to join the channel, you can just come here and hit that join button. And joining the channel gets you your name in green in the chat, check mark next to your name. You get to use all these custom emojis in the chat, and you will be getting a share of this 75,000 Dogecoin at the top of the bull market. I will be giving out this Dogecoin. to those that join the channel. So that's the deal. Giving it away. Those who don't believe, okay. But last summer when we were buying all of this crypto, I was buying, almost all of it was bought live during these live streams. We were DCAing into all of these cryptos here. The last chunk that I bought in Dogecoin, I did it off camera because Doge had dipped back down to 5.8 cents and I didn't want to miss that price. So I lumped a bunch into Doge there, early October. Couldn't wait for the live, just did it. Because I was like, because I knew Doge was going to break out. So I said, okay, I'm buying another chunk of Doge, 5.8. Did it. So Doge likes to move a lot at night. It might dip to 10, come right back, set the limit order in case. Yep, a lot of people do. They set limit orders. And you see that wick come right down. Grab your price. It can happen in the middle of the night. Lately, the nights have been pretty slow, but you never know. That can change. Thank you, Mars. Appreciate it. Jason? Yeah. The channel subscribe rate pretty much goes in correlation to Doge's price. That's just the way it works. Doge price goes up, Kriss sees more subscribers. Doge price goes down, subscribers flatten out. You want to see a real sell signal close under 13.2 for more than 3 days. Then we're going to see 8 cents. Yeah, that's a TA thing, but I don't. Yeah, not going to happen. You sold your house and you put everything into crypto last year? Then what are you complaining about? If you put everything into crypto last year, then you're way up. I don't know why you're such a bear. Come on, man. I mean, really. Yeah, I know, Bitcoin dominance. We've been following it. Coming back up again today. I thought it had topped out, but shooting back up again today. So again, a lot more leverage trading going on with alts, particularly ETH, Cardano. So they're getting hammered. So Bitcoin has not gone down as much as alts have gone down. So that's why we've got this increase in Bitcoin dominance. It's pretty much that. The alts are getting smashed and Bitcoin is holding its own. You're homeless now. Yeah, if you bought XRP and Matic, you're hurting. Just like the small bit of our portfolio at the bottom here. Those are the only two in the red. We didn't put much in there, but put a little bit. That's pretty bad. A year ago, and you're in the red. Early in the bull market, you're in the red on these two. Luckily, we didn't put too much there. Yep. We had a big run with Oasis. And then most of it has been lost today. Up and down. Yeah, Friday we were talking about Oasis Rose. It was going on this big run, and now it's almost all sold back off. That's crypto for you. Eventually, these will be all green candles, but we're not there yet. We're not there yet. All right, that's what we've got for today. I'll be live again on Wednesday, so come back for some more fun. I'll probably have a video tomorrow. I might repeat one of these things we talked about earlier today, whether it's the Chat GPT $1 Dogecoin thing or the X payments thing, or maybe I'll link them together and just do both of that in one video. We'll see how I feel about that. Anyway, I hope you all are well, and go Celtics tonight, because I'm in Boston Celtics fan. So got some people coming over. Got to get ready for that. Going to be fun. And we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.